Welcome to the ultimate guide to mixing vintage and modern decor. In this video, we'll explore the art of harmoniously blending different styles to create a unique and personalized space that reflects your taste. From starting with a dominant style to balancing sleek and ornate details, we'll share expert tips and inspiration to help you mix eras effortlessly. Whether you're a seasoned decorator or a newcomer, get ready to revitalize your home by embracing the best of both worlds. 1. Start with a dominant style paint palette. When embarking on the journey of mixing vintage and modern decor, the first step is to choose a dominant style. Whether you lean towards the sleek sophistication of modern design or the charming allure of vintage, having a clear primary theme will guide your decisions. If you opt for modern as the main style, consider incorporating vintage accents like an antique clock or an old-world rug. Conversely, if vintage takes the lead, introduce modern elements such as a minimalist lamp or sleek furniture to add a contemporary touch. This approach ensures a harmonious blend, allowing each style to shine without overpowering the other. 2. Stick to a cohesive color palette. Paint palette color plays a pivotal role in unifying vintage and modern elements within a space. A cohesive color palette, often based on neutrals like whites, grays, and beiges, provides a harmonious backdrop. These soothing tones create a canvas where standout pieces, whether vintage or modern, can truly shine. Imagine a neutral living room where a vintage armchair upholstered in a bold color becomes the focal point, or a modern white sofa accented with vibrant vintage cushions. The key is to maintain consistency in the base colors while allowing statement pieces to add pops of personality. 3. Blend different eras for contrast. Hourglass right arrow crystal ball. The beauty of mixing vintage and modern decor lies in the contrast it creates. By blending different eras, you introduce an element of surprise and intrigue. Picture a sleek, minimalist dining table surrounded by mid-century modern chairs, or an antique mirror hanging above a contemporary console. This juxtaposition of styles not only adds visual interest but also tells a story of how design has evolved over time. It's like having a conversation between the past and the present, where each piece contributes its own unique voice. 4. Use statement vintage pieces as focal points. Couch and lamp. In any room, a statement piece can become the star of the show. When integrating vintage elements into a modern setting, consider using them as focal points. A vintage chandelier hanging in a modern dining room can create a dramatic effect, or an antique credenza can add character to a contemporary living space. These standout pieces draw the eye and anchor the design, while modern elements play a supporting role. This approach ensures that the vintage pieces are celebrated, adding a touch of history and elegance to the overall aesthetic. 5. Mix materials for depth and texture. Amphora sparkles. Creating a rich, layered look involves mixing materials to add depth and texture. Combine glass, metal, wood, and textiles to achieve a well-balanced design that seamlessly blends old and new styles. For instance, a modern metal coffee table paired with a vintage wooden sideboard creates a dynamic contrast. Textured fabrics, like a plush vintage rug or a contemporary velvet cushion, add warmth and complexity. This interplay of materials not only enhances the visual appeal but also invites touch and interaction, making the space feel more inviting. 6. Modernize vintage pieces with contemporary accents. Face mask. One of the most exciting aspects of mixing vintage and modern decor is the ability to breathe new life into vintage pieces with contemporary accents. An antique chair can be rejuvenated with a bold, modern cushion, while a vintage table can be paired with sleek, contemporary lighting. This fusion creates a fresh look that respects the past while embracing the present. It's like giving a classic novel a new cover, where the essence remains the same, but the presentation feels updated and relevant. 7. Keep the layout simple and functional. Home. A successful vintage-modern fusion requires a layout that is both simple and functional. Modern design thrives on clean lines and open spaces, so it's essential to avoid overcrowding vintage elements that might feel heavy. Allow each piece to breathe by maintaining an uncluttered arrangement. For example, A spacious living room with a few strategically placed vintage pieces can create a sense of openness and tranquility. This approach not only highlights the unique qualities of each item but also ensures that the space remains practical and comfortable for everyday use. 8. Add vintage art or accessories for character-framed picture. Incorporating vintage art or accessories is an excellent way to infuse character into a modern setting. Old paintings, sculptures, or retro decor items can add warmth and nostalgia. Imagine a contemporary living room adorned with vintage artwork that tells stories of a bygone era, or a modern kitchen with retro kitchenware displayed as decorative accents. These elements serve as conversation starters, inviting guests to explore the history and significance behind each piece. This infusion of character creates a space that feels lived in and personal, making it uniquely yours. 9. Balance sleek and ornate details. Balance scale. Achieving the perfect balance between sleek and ornate details is key to a successful vintage-modern fusion. Mix clean, minimalist furniture with intricate vintage patterns like carved wood, floral prints, or detailed metalwork. A modern sofa with simple lines can be complemented by a vintage side table with ornate carvings. This juxtaposition creates a dynamic tension that adds interest and sophistication to the space. It's like pairing a classic black dress with a statement necklace, where the simplicity of one element enhances the complexity of the other. 10. Don't be afraid to experiment anti-clockwise arrows. Finally, don't be afraid to experiment and explore different combinations of vintage and modern decor. This fusion is all about personal expression, so let your creativity shine. Try various arrangements, mix and match different styles, and don't hesitate to take risks. You might find that an unexpected pairing becomes the highlight of your home. Remember, there are no strict rules in design, just guidelines to help you achieve a harmonious balance. Trust your instincts, and you'll create a space that reflects your unique personality and style.